I guess I can't say no to that. All right, put $2 on Swift Seymour. Right. I'll be in touch with you. Bye-bye. Swift Seymour.
Hi, Mr. Kaufman.
Oh,
How about activities award night? Have you made any decision?
Oh, no, but I will. You see, our schedule of events is very, very full. And I've had a lot on my mind.
Okay, but let us know soon if you can.
I promise. Mr. Kaufman. Oh, okay.
I thought I'd let you know that we're very, very close to a decision.
On what?
On who'll represent the faculty at the state convention.
Oh, of course. Can I see a minute?
Well, that sounds like a rhetorical question.
It is. We're getting a new transfer student.
This time of year?
Well, it's personal courtesy to me.
Oh, well, what's his or her name?
Kaufman. Mickey Kaufman.
Mickey Kaufman?
My nephew. My brother Dave's son. He's transferring from Franklin.
That's a good school.
Yeah, the school is fine. The problem is Mickey.
In what way?
Well, for one thing, he's failing. Seems he's decided he wants to be one of those stand-up comedians. He spends all his time writing jokes and trying to sell them to professionals to get his foot in the door.
Is that because of your brother's background in show business?
I suppose so. Anyhow, Dave thinks that with me as principal, maybe Mickey will do better here.
Maybe he will.
I hope so. Now, look, I don't think that I should be involved on a day-to-day basis. And I'm not asking for any special treatment for Mickey.
Good. I was afraid I was going to have to give him all my best jokes.
I was walking along one day, and this bug bit me, see? It was a show business bug. And ever since, I've been seeing stars. See, that's where it's at for me. Not in science or history.
How do you know you won't need an education one day?
I know what I want to be.
All right. I'll be watching your progress with interest.
Especially in the halls of academia.
The phrase is the halls of academe.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't set up the joke.
What joke?
Nuts to you.
Nuts to me?
Yeah, academia nuts, macadamia nuts. Don't you get it? So I start Whitman tomorrow, huh?
That's right.
Well, I'll see you then, Uncle Seymour.
Mickey, might be a good idea if you didn't call me Uncle Seymour around the school.
Oh, okay.
Mickey?
Yeah, Mr. Dixon?
That paper I signed the class.
It's my first chance to see what you can do. So spend some time on it, okay?
Uncle Seymour been talking to you?
It's not his idea, it's mine.
Oh. All right, Mr. Dixon. Maybe I can work in a joke about the Mason-Dixon line. What did Mason say to Dixon the first time they met?
I don't know.
What's your line?
Maybe that's a question you ought to answer.
Mickey, how much influence do you have with Mr. Kaufman?
With Uncle Seymour? Right now, I'm not too sure.
Anytime you call the head man Uncle Seymour, you're close to the throne.
Hey, that's right. You can get Mr. Kaufman to let us have an activities night.
For all the clubs and different activities, like they have an athletic awards night for all the teams.
Where do I come in?
Help us to get him to say yes.
And you can be the MC.
Me?
Yeah, and you can get yourself an audience that can't walk out on you.
How do you know?
Well, you do your jokes before they give out the awards.
I don't really have time for that sort of stuff.
Can't you help us anyhow?
I don't even want to mention this kind of thing to Uncle Seymour.
Man, take your time. You don't have to decide nothing between now and the next time you see him.
Now, to avoid embarrassment, I think we should have a secret ballot to select our representative. You all have pencil and paper, so please write down your choice and then fold it up and put it in this little box and pass it along to me. Kenneth Dragan. Mr. Dragan. Miss Johnson. Well, you deserve a vote, Miss Johnson.
Well, thank you. That's the first vote I've ever gotten for anything.
You'll have a long academic career ahead of you. I'm sure it won't be your last.
Thank you.
Miss Johnson. Miss Johnson. Congratulations, Miss Johnson.
I don't understand, Mr. Dragan. I voted for you.
We went downtown with Mickey yesterday afternoon to one of them late-night TV shows. That's when they shoot them in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's like a whole other world down there.
What'd you do?
Well, we just hanged around and waited till somebody came by we could sell a joke to.
Mickey do any business?
No, but he really hustles. He walks alongside comedians as they're coming in or going out, trying to tell them his jokes.
What did he say to him?
One of them said, "Get away from me, kid. Don't bother me." And I said, "Man, he's just trying to help you." And he turned to me and said, "Get away from me, kid. Don't bother me."
And you sell these jokes. How much money do you make?
Oh, $5 or $10. But that's not the important thing with me. See, that's just a way of getting started. I'd give them away.
Seems like the long way around.
Well, I'll do anything I have to do to get my chance, Mr. Dixon.
But you want to be a performer, not a writer.
Oh, sure. I want to be up there in the spotlight. I want to make people laugh so hard it hurts.
Have you ever performed in public?
No.
Why not?
Well, it's not that easy. You just don't say, I want to do a turn, and somebody says, okay, show up at the club tonight. You go on at 9 o'clock.
I realize you can't start at the top, but you can start somewhere. See if you like it.
You mean see if I can really do it?
That too.
You don't think I can, do you?
Oh, I didn't say that. I don't know if you can or not. Do you?
Hi, Uncle Seymour. Can we talk to you a minute?
Hi, Mr. Kaufman.
Hello, Mr. Kaufman.
This looks suspiciously like a committee.
It is a committee.
Activities award night?
You guessed it.
And time's growing short, Mr. Kaufman.
Well, our schedule of events isn't getting any thinner, Jason.
But Whitman needs a night like this, Uncle Seymour. It's really only fair to the kids who've worked so hard all year. On the yearbook and the blue and gold, the debating society, the dramatic club.
It's nice to see you getting involved, Mickey. But I've already made my decision.
You have?
I've decided that since there are so many students who deserve recognition, the answer is yes.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Mr. Kaufman.
Yeah, we're really going to do something, Mr. Kaufman. We're going...
Yeah, thanks a lot, Uncle Seymour.
All right, take care.
Okay. See that? We didn't even need you.
Hey, a deal's still a deal.
Yeah, man, you're the MC.
Well, start working on the monologue to open the program.
Okay, it'll be a laugh riot.
Better be.
Come on, let's get the rest of the committee and start organizing.
Miss McIntyre. Miss Johnson.
Still smoldering, I should say. What are you gonna wear? Oh, I thought I'd wear my suede jacket and my man-tailored blouse and my plaid skirt.
The short one?
Mm-hmm.
You'll do fine.
Liz, I can't rely on that.
Look, when everything else fails, it's a good backup system.
Oh, Mr. Kaufman, I'm glad you came along. I'm just leaving.
I'm sure there's some hidden meaning in that remark, Miss Johnson, but I won't ask what it is.
I just meant I didn't want Liz to eat alone.
I'd be very happy to eat with her.
See ya. Bye.
Bye-bye. How's Mickey doing? What do you hear?
Well, you gotta give him a chance to get settled. I was gonna start checking with his teachers next week. Pete did say he handed in a paper that didn't show much work.
Well, why didn't Pete tell me that?
Well, you said you didn't want to be involved on a day-to-day basis. Besides, you can't judge him on one assignment.
No, but it does seem like a continuation of his work, or his lack of work at Franklin.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to look into the situation and see if there's anything I should do.
What is your name?
Ed Shotgun Bailey.
And you want to see...
Mickey Kaufman. We sell jokes to the same people. That is, we don't sell jokes to the same people. That's a joke.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here he is. Thank you, young lady.
Hey, Shotgun.
Hello, Mickey. I want you to have these.
What are these?
Some of my best jokes.
You wouldn't give me any of them yesterday.
I'm retiring from the business.
What are you gonna do?
Gonna go home and sell cemetery plots. It's gotta be easier, and there's a steadier market.
Mickey, I want to see you in my office, please.
Don't show those to anybody.
This is my uncle.
I gave my uncle a monologue in 1927. He stole it word for word and made a fortune off of it.
Who are you, sir?
Ed Shotgun Bailey.
He's a comedian, Uncle Seymour. Mr. Kaufman.
You remember me. I talk very fast on the stage. That's why they call me Shotgun.
No, I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't remember you.
Well, I don't believe I remember you either. So long, Mickey.
Goodbye, Shotgun.
Mickey. Who is Ed Shotgun Bailey?
He's somebody I met down at the TV studios.
Mickey, I think it'd be a good idea if you stayed away from the TV studios for a while.
Why?
Well, for one thing, Mr. Dragan tells me that your work in English leaves something to be desired.
Mr. Dragan's an old fud.
Also, Mr. Girard tells me that your work in science leaves something to be desired.
Is that the standard phrase around here?
Evidently, in your case, it is. But that's not what really bothers me. There's something else.
What's that?
It is the fact that while you're failing in this school, you can find time to be MC for Activity Awards night.
Well, seems like a good idea, Uncle Seymour.
To whom?
To me, and to the kids, and to Mr. Dixon.
Mr. Dixon?
I didn't tell him to be an MC. I didn't tell him to be anything. All I did was ask him a couple of questions that were important for him to answer.
I thought you were going to keep a special eye on him for me.
True, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to run to you every minute telling you everything that he does. I wouldn't do that about any student.
I don't expect that. But to recommend an extracurricular activity when a student is failing doesn't make any sense to me.
Why not? He's not going to pass anything anyway until he gets this comedy thing figured out.
He doesn't seem to be figuring out anything. He's just sitting around writing one-line gags.
Maybe he'll fail at that, too. But at least he'll find his own way.
But, Dave, you see, the trouble is I'm in an impossible situation. I'm being pulled in 3 directions at once. Well, what it really amounts to is I'm trying to do your job. Wait, look, Dave, I didn't mean it like that. Dave, you're not a bad father. Now, come on. All right, we'll compromise, all right? You're not the best father a kid ever had, but you're not the worst. All right. I'll be in touch with you. Bye-bye. Hello.
Hi. Here's the unit progress report you wanted.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Kaufman, I couldn't help overhearing some of your conversation.
Oh, it's all right.
Would you mind if I said something?
No, everybody else has.
Well, as far as Mickey's concerned, I think you're trying to do everybody else's job, including mine.
Where have all my friends gone?
We're still here.
HBCU sports on Aspire is a slam dunk when Bowie State takes on Lincoln University.
Still smoldering? Not quite as much, but I hate that feeling. It's not your fault. Mr. Dragan,
Yes, Miss Johnson?
won't you join us?
Thank you, Miss Johnson. Miss McIntyre? Well, how's that speech coming along?
I'll just settle for half your success.
No, you're not getting off that easily. I'll accept nothing less than a standing ovation.
Well, Liz certainly agrees with you.
First time all week.
I guess I've been too wrapped up in what the boy's doing instead of how he feels and what he wants to do.
The whole thing's got you in a tough spot. You couldn't possibly win.
As you've said on more than one occasion, it's his life. Except I do think his jokes are awful.
What you and I think isn't the point. He's got to find out for himself whether or not he can make an audience laugh.
You know, I hope he can. It's funny. I don't want him to be a stand-up comedian, but I don't want to see him fail.
I know. If he fails, he gets hurt. And he is your nephew.
Yeah, I guess that's it. It's not even easy to be an uncle these days. Pete, thanks for the help. I appreciate it.
Anytime. By the way, how many nephews do you have?
Just this one.
Good.
Mr. Dixon, hi.
Hi, Mickey.
Mr. Dixon, I've got a problem.
Well, if you're looking for jokes, I'm fresh out.
No, that's not it. I'm scared
Scared? Of what?
of awards night. Tonight. Suppose I flop. Suppose nobody laughs at my jokes. That'd be a disaster.
Why are you so worried all of a sudden?
There's a big difference between kidding around, making a joke in private, even hustling them to a comedian, and getting up in front of an audience, having to entertain them, make them laugh. I don't know if I can do it.
Well, you've got a pretty simple choice. Either get out on the stage and find out, or get another line of work. Anyway, good luck tonight, Mickey.
Yeah, thanks.
Bernie?
Hi, Bernie. Mr. Kaufman, Blood McIntyre. Where is he?
I don't know, but we have to start in 5 minutes.
Man, what are you gonna do if Mickey doesn't show up?
What do you mean, what are you going to do? You're part of this committee.
Well, yeah.
Well, then why don't you ask the right question? What are we going to do if Mickey doesn't show up?
You'll have to be the MC.
Me?
Yeah, you've done it before.
Well, yeah, but I've always had a chance to prepare. This is going on cold.
Hey, man, maybe that's what's been your trouble.
You ever meet my friend Jason?
Let's stall another 5 minutes.
You.
Hello, Uncle Seymour.
I don't understand. How long have you been here?
Since it started.
Were you late?
No, I was just scared. I'm really sorry I let the kids down, not showing up. I couldn't go in. I just couldn't go in.
I see. You know, Mickey, for what it's worth, you're in very good company. A lot of famous actors and actresses get stage fright all their lives.
Yeah, but they still go on. They get out there and they do their act, even if they are scared to death.
That's so.
I think my problem is that I'm not much of a comedian.
Oh, you haven't put that to the test yet.
Well, I guess I don't want to. You know, I've wanted this so long, and I don't want to. Suppose I'm a flop.
One failure isn't always the whole story.
It would be with me.
What are you gonna do?
Be something else?
Can I help in any way?
Uncle Seymour, you already have. Hey, Mr. Kaufman.
It was a marvelous 4 days. I could do no wrong.
Did they really like your speech?
They loved it. I was applauded 6 times.
Don't tell Mr. Dragan.
Of course not. But you know, the whole thing could have been ruined.
How?
Well, on the way up in the plane, I sat next to this old-time comedian, shotgun something or other. And when he heard I was giving a speech, he kept giving me these awful jokes to put in it.
Miss Johnson.
Oh,
Welcome back. How was your trip?
fantastic. And I have to tell you,
Tell me.
well, while I was at the convention, a bunch of us went to the racetrack, and I placed a hunch bet on this horse at 75 to 1.
And he won.
Yes, for the first time.
Don't tell me his name.
Why not? It was school teacher.
Oh, as long as it wasn't Swift Seymour.
Swift Seymour?